Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy, satisfying Saturday. So it is Saturday, you guys. The weekend is here. It is my hope and my prayer that you all are having a wonderful weekend. My day has been quite long because I got up early. I got to church probably about 8:30ish this morning. We had our installation service for our new pastor. So he is now no longer pastor-elect, but he is the pastor, the seventh pastor of the Metropolitan Baptist Church. So we are so excited about that. The program was beautiful from start to finish. We had tons of clergy out. We had tons of our members out. We had tons of members that have left Metropolitan but came back home for this event. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And honey, let's not talk about the food, because the food was awesome. My sister and her team, she didn't do the food. We had a chef that came and did that. But my sister and her team did a phenomenal job with decorating the place. Everything was fabulous. And I'm not just saying that because she's my sister. I'm saying it because it was fabulous. Okay. So let's jump on into today's topic, because I need to call my other half and see what we're getting into for the rest of this evening. And y'all, you know what? I have been so busy all week long. I've been trying to get over to America's Best, because I told you all, can you see right here, right there? See right there? There is a crack in my glasses. But the weird thing is, it's not on the outside. You can't touch it outside or inside. It's in between. So I have got, and they're closed tomorrow. So Monday, I have got to get over there to see how we're going to fix this and make it right. Okay? Because this right here, it's not going to work. I haven't been able to wear these glasses because it keeps looking like there's a smudge, and I keep wanting to wipe it off, and there is no smudge there. It's the glasses. So let's jump into today's topic. Today's topic is, you are a better person than you think you are. Did you know that? You, yes, I'm talking to you. Don't look around you. I'm talking to you. You are a better person than you think you are. So self-doubt has a way of clouding our perception. Today, we're going to talk about signs that reveal you are actually a better person than you thought you were. Now, first of all, let me say this. If you are walking around here and you are doubting yourself, you're putting yourself down, and you don't think highly of yourself, I want you to stop it, and I want you to stop it right now. Stop looking down on yourself because somebody else told you you weren't good enough. I'm telling you that you're good enough, and I'm telling you that you are a better person than you think you are. Let's dive right into those 12 things. Number one, you compliment others when it's deserved. You aren't all about yourself, and you are genuinely excited about other people's success. Good people don't do that. Selfish people don't do that. They're all about themselves. They don't ever like to give compliments to anybody else. Number two, you are grateful for your loved ones. You value your family and those who are close to them. It's those people that make you who you are. If you ever wonder why you are the way you are, I want to ask you to take a look around you. Take a look at the people that you spend the most time with. That's why you are the way you are. Number three, and that's good, bad, or indifferent. Number three, you are polite and respectful. You treat people the way you want to be treated, and you show respect to others, and you are a better person than most. Okay, you treat people the way they want to be treated. However, and because, let's not get the lines blurred, okay? Because if you have to get with somebody because they think they can talk slick out the mouth to you, you will do that as well. But all in all, you treat people with respect because that's the way you want to be treated. Number four, you are kind to everyone. You can see past people's flaws and focus on the positive things about them. I know I am one of these people, and people have always given me kind of grief for it, but in a loving way, because I like to see the good in everything. I like to see the good in everybody. And I've had people say, but Michelle, you can't always do it. Yes, you can. I don't care how big of an ass clown somebody is, you can always find something good about them if you look deep enough. Number five, you are honest, you know who you are, and what you are not. Can I say that one more time? You know who you are and what you are not. You always speak the truth and not just what you think people want to hear, no matter what. And the sad reality is that in life, let me cut this air back a little bit. In life, we oftentimes will say the things that people want to hear, but we're afraid to tell them the truth. I raise my hand because guess what? I'm that person that I'm going to tell you the truth and give it to you the way it needs to be given. I have to look beyond the fact that you might get mad at me, that you may not like what I said. It's all right. You don't have to like it, but I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I'm not going to be rude and nasty about it, but I can, especially, y'all, let me say this, especially if this person is close to you, you call them a true friend, a bestie, a sister from another mister, a brother from another mother. You've got to be honest with that person. If I'm acting mean towards people and I'm just being an all-around asshat that day, pull me to the side and say, Shell, what's going on, girl? You've been acting real nasty towards people. You might want to work on that. Is it something you want to talk about? See, we don't have those conversations because we're afraid of making people angry. Well, I'm not worried about you getting angry with me. I would rather be honest with you than to have you continue doing what you're doing and have other people looking at you sideways. So you've got to be able to tell people the truth, even when they're not going to want to receive it, to hear it, or even like it. It's okay. And you can do it in a nice way. You ever meet somebody, I'm going to share this and I'm going to keep it moving, but you ever meet somebody who can tell you to go to hell and make you feel good about being on your way? That's the kind of person that you need to be. Number 6, you are optimistic and you see the best in all situations. It doesn't mean you try to avoid reality, but you realize that there is no point in complaining or worrying. I am always optimistic. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's just like, how many times have we seen a football game or a basketball game where one team is ahead and you think, they got this in the bag, they're going to win. And so you go on to bed or you turn the channel, and then the next day you hear on the news that the team that was behind came back and they won. So you've got to be optimistic. That's why when I'm watching a game, I look at the game and I'm optimistic. I say, okay, they're not doing so well. They're making some bad mistakes, some bad calls, but I'm optimistic that they can still pull it off and win the game. That's how we have to be in life. We have to be optimistic when we look at people, and not just see their nasty and their bad behavior, or even the fact that they're not doing anything with their lives and make a judgment, pass judgment on them and say they're never going to amount to anything. Don't do that. Do not do that. And certainly don't do it in my presence, because I'm going to have to call you on it. But you have to live a life where you're not complaining and worrying about stuff. Because why? Complaining and worrying, and last I checked, I could be wrong, but it never helped anything. It never solved any problem. So why do it? Why do it? I just refuse to. Number 7, you are generous with others. You don't take advantage of anyone because you treat everybody with dignity and respect. One thing about me, I treat everybody with respect. I have even had times where I treated people with respect and they didn't even deserve it. Come on, somebody. But that's because I serve a big God that allows me to look beyond that person's fault and see their need anyhow, because God does that for me. Now, the Bible says we ought to turn the other cheek. I only have 2. Okay? So if you hit me upside one, I'm going to turn the other way. If you hit me upside that one, it's a wrap. I'm going to have to come for you. No, I'm just kidding. But there's no reason to worry, you guys. I know somebody right now, under the sound of my voice, you're worrying about how you're going to take care of that bill. You're worrying about your children. You're worrying about yourself. You're worrying about your spouse. You're worrying about your a bill or some bills that you have coming due. Can I just ask you to stop worrying? You've got to stop worrying, and here's why. Because if you trust God, you believe in God, then you know He's going to come through. The Bible says He can do anything but fail. It didn't say He can do some things. He can do a few things. It says He can do anything but fail. So why are you worrying? Everything is going to be all right. It always has been, and it always will be. So stop worrying and just relax. Trust in God. Number 8, you take responsibility for your actions. You don't fall apart when things get complicated. You will always finish what you start, and you see it to the end. You always do the best you can to fulfill your duties. So I'm going to go a little bit further to say, when I say you take responsibility for your actions, if you cause something to happen, you're not going to point the finger at everybody else. Somebody, well, they did this and they did that and they did the other. No, you're going to look at the part you played, and you only focus on that, because we know somebody, I'm not calling names, but we know somebody right now that has done wrong. And because he is now having to face the reality of his actions, come on, somebody, he wants to keep pointing fingers at everybody else, talking about what they did. No, sweetie, we're focusing on you. This is your day in court. It's not theirs. Again, I'm not calling names, but you know who I'm talking about. But I digress. So we have to take responsibility. If things don't work out and we played a part, take responsibility. If you say you're going to do something, then gosh darn it, get it done. Now, I'm not going to say that things don't come up, and you may not, just like with this book editing project. I've had some things come up along the way, and I've had to kind of put it off on the back burner. But it is my hand to God that I'm sitting here right now. That book will be done with, I'll be done with my editing by the end of the month. And so, like tonight, I may be up a little late, but I'm going to be editing before I go to bed. And then tomorrow after church, I'm going to come home and I'm going to edit some more. And then I think, the last day of the month, is it Tuesday? Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. I'm going to have it done by Tuesday, okay? I just am. God's going to make a way. But I digress. It's all about taking accountability for the things that you said that you were going to do. Because if people can't believe in you, then what else do they have? Okay. Number 9, you're wise. Wisdom is about using the information you've learned through experience to make a good life for yourself and for the people that you love and care for. Number 10, you don't wallow in self-pity. You don't feel sorry for yourself. When life happens, you realize that it won't get you anywhere, and it's just a waste of your precious time. So I want to say this: life is going to happen. Life is going to happen to you. It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to us. Life has happened to all of us. But the key is, you cannot wallow in self-pity, because what is that going to do for you? I mean, seriously, what is it going to do for you? Now, some people on the outside may look at you and say, well, they can't be sorry if they're walking around here acting like, it's no big deal. No, it's not that. It's just that you're not wallowing in self-pity. For what? You made a mistake. Okay. You asked God to forgive you. And so you're trusting that he's going to accept your apology and allow you to move on. Because wallowing in self-pity is not going to fix what you did. It's not going to fix what you should have done. It's done and over with. Ask God to forgive you and move on, honey. Let me just tell you that. Number 11, people can trust you. You refuse to let people down, and you do your best to always live up to your word. I am one of these people that I do not like letting people down. Sometimes that can be a downfall for me, because there are times when I needed to put myself first. Maybe I wasn't feeling well, or I had something else to do, but I don't like letting people down. So if I don't have to, I won't. If I can figure out how to squeeze both those things in, I'm going to do that. But I truly do not like to let people down. So if you are that person that people can trust, that you're going to keep your word and do what you said you're going to do, honey, you are truly a better person than you think you are. And number 12, last but not least, you are a genuine person. You don't try to be someone or something that you're not. You accept yourself for all that you are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And when I say ugly, I'm not talking about how people look. I'm talking about that ugly spirit that lives in all of us. That ugly spirit that, if we're not careful, can rise up and rear its ugly little head, okay? But you are a genuine person. I've met some people that they may not necessarily have everything that they want, but they're genuine people. They don't try to fit in with the crowd. They're not out here buying expensive cars that they can't afford, buying an expensive wardrobe that they can't afford because they want to fit in with everybody else. No, they're genuine. They are who they are. That's it, and that's all. And that's why I tell people all the time, I am who I am. I can't be anybody else. I don't want to fit into this crowd over here. I don't want to fit into that crowd over there. I want to be me. I want to be the person that God has called me to be. And I want you to be the person that God has called you to be. Stop trying to fit in with the crowd. Most of y'all trying to fit in with crowds, and the people either don't want you in that crowd or you don't even want to be there your daggone self. But you want to belong. Let me air quote. You want to belong so you can say, oh, yes, I'm a part of this group or I'm a part of that group. And you know full well you don't want to be a part of that group. You can't stand those people. And truth be told, they can't stand you either. So stop trying to fit in. Just be who you are. Y'all, that's it. That's my time. I just wanted to share 12 things. And this is by no least what's the word I'm looking for? This is not a complete list, is what I was trying to say, of all of the virtues that make you a better person than you think you are. I'm pretty sure that there's many more things that you could add to this list, but these are just the 12 that I came across and I wanted to share with you all. So I want you to know that whatever you thought about yourself, whatever somebody said about you, it's not true. It is not true at all. You really are a better person than you thought you were. Keep that in the back of your mind, and don't you ever, and I mean ever, never forget that. You hear what I'm saying? And if you do, go back and revisit this video again, because you are a better person than you think you are. Don't think that, well, I don't have what they have. I don't have what they have. I don't have this fancy degree. I don't have a title behind my name. I don't have a position in my church. I'm not head of my organization. You don't have to have any. I don't own a home. I don't own a car. I don't own this. I don't own that. I don't even have a job. Whatever it may be, you are still a better person than you think you are. And don't you ever let anybody tell you otherwise. And if they try to tell you otherwise, you tell them to come see me. I have a few words for them, okay? Because what I will not do is allow anybody to try to make you feel like you're less than, because you're not. You never have been and you never will be. You are a better person than you think you were. Having said that, you guys, that's it. That's all. I'm going to bid you good day. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you come back on Monday, because I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you come back on Monday, where I will speak life into you yet again. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. You know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Listen, as always, always God. But as always, go out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of this weekend. Whatever you do, because I'm not here to judge, but whatever you do, make sure you are careful and you are safe. That is my main concern. I pray daily for each and every one of you. Many of you I've never met and I'll never get a chance to meet, but I pray for you daily that you're going to be safe. I pray God's covering over you as you leave your homes and even as you come back to your homes, because I want you to be safe. I want you to come back and watch another one of my videos. I want you to go out there and do all that God has called you to do. Why, you ask? Because you are a better person than you thought you were. Having said that, y'all, I'm going to bid you good day. It is 84 degrees outside, which is why I had my air conditioner on low. Hopefully the fan didn't disturb this video. If it did, I do apologize, but I was getting a little warm. And some kids are out here running around playing, so I didn't want that in my video either. But now I'm going to go on with the rest of my day, and we will talk again on Monday. I love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill, you know the spiel. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do about it. Because my love for you, my kindness towards you, my patience with you will never, ever, ever change. I want nothing but the best for you, and the best is yet to come. Till Monday, take care.